Supervan from 1977. I don't know. What kind of soup is it? Because it sounds like soup or van. Theme song.
Colin's Reviews! Colin's Reviews!
If you want to watch Supervan, check the link in the description. So this is part of a very small genre of vansploitation movies, which, according to an article I found, consist of independently made movies that are focused on vans. And this film is directly in the genre. So we start with some radio and CB chatter about a van freakout competition where the winner gets $5,000.
Back door. It's a sunshine at the front door. Let's keep those smokies off our ass back there, good buddy.
Now tomorrow is the day, and you know what I mean. 5,000 big ones to the winner of the big van happening, the Invitational Freakout sponsored by Mid-American Motors.
Then we meet our protagonist, Clint. He's having an argument with his dad, who is chain smoking about his, I gotta follow my dreams.
Your dream ain't mine, Dad.
But we know that Clint is a good guy because the dad's like, well, here's some money. Gives him some money, so.
Keep in touch.
So Clint's driving along in his van. It's not very super though. And he hears all, we get some scenes of people talking on the CB and stuff like that. A lot of filler, but it's fun. And he hears some bikers, and, kind of interesting that the bikers were kind of like a decade earlier, had their own biker exploitation movie genre. So now the van people are taking over, but the bikers, for some reason, they're broadcasting the CD on the CB. They're attempting to rape somebody.
Hurry up, head. This is fancy.
And so somehow Clint knows where they are and he saves the woman.
We're on the way, Grinder. Grinder.
But his precious van gets destroyed. Luckily, Clint is friends with this genius who has made a solar paneled van. Some people think it's pretty swell. Some might call it a super van. And so let's talk about the van. Maybe back in 77, this thing looked cool, but to me, it just looks like a Vanagon from Volkswagen. Apparently it started off as a Dodge van from the 60s something, but it's got lots of glass and it looks pretty silly when they're driving. It just reminds me of, from The Simpsons, the really tall guy in a tiny car. Because the steering wheel, it's like this sort of yoke thing, and it's very close together, and it's like when you can't turn, it's hard to turn, and it looks uncomfortable to sit in. But it's supposedly got this laser and it's solar panel. And the solar panel, it makes this noise, which if I was driving the thing and had to hear that the whole time, it'd be really irritating. And it's got a laser, which, they used for hijinks. The van was made by George Barris, who actually has a small appearance in the movie. And he's made tons of famous vehicles for movies and TV shows. He made the 1966 Batmobile. He made the Munsters Dragula, lots of others. So it turns out the woman Clint has picked up is the daughter of an evil car company executive. And that car company guy just happens to have been Clint's friend's boss. And Clint's friend was supposed to be making some gas guzzler, but he rebelled and made the Supervan. So the dad wants the daughter back, but also wants to take the Supervan off the market so nobody knows about it, so he can sell the gas guzzlers. The story itself is pretty light. There are tons of scenes of customized vans and people partying at the freak out, and we hear lots of CB chatter. And I was like 3 or 4 at the time. So I really kind of enjoyed seeing this short glimpse into that era. And they do part of the freak out is they have all these competitions, and one of them is who has the coolest van. So they have a lot of time looking at the various customized vans, and that those are real vans that they got. They're also a little, it's not very plot heavy. So they have lots of humorous bits, so when He, he's going there. He talked to other people on the CB, and then there's also a short story about a pastor who has a van who's going there, but his wife is pretty promiscuous.
Preacher, you better hang on to the little lady this year. She'll wind up in paradise again.
Evangelist Van here. Mrs. Dimsdale will be at my side at all times, son.
Unfortunately, there are also a couple scenes with some gay stereotypes.
Jesus God, this better be good.
Truckins do have big tough truck drivers, slut.
But all in all, they're not super bad. Mainly, the stereotypical thing is how they talk. And most of the scenes with them consist of them getting chased by women.
Daddy Boy doesn't stop getting in cars with stranger boys.
So it's not too bad. But it is the kind of movie you don't get a lot anymore, where it's mostly kind of a road trip and things happen along the way. And we get these comedic side cutaways and slice of life stuff. There's also a DJ voiceover that kind of keeps us informed as to what's going on, because the competition, how that's going. And that reminded me kind of the DJ in Vanishing Point. I like the film a lot, but even though I got a little bored towards the end, as I got into the evil dad stuff, it's a good movie to have on the background if you're interested in the 70s and sort of seeing, how do people dress, and things like that. There was also a quick guest appearance by a famous author. So I'll take to look out for that. It's a good movie to have on the background. Doesn't take a lot of concentration to keep track of. I'm giving Supervan 3 thumbs up. Look, there in the road. It's a truck. No, it's a car. No, it's Supervan. Like and subscribe.